If you are a software engineer, you are sitting on one of the most valuable career transitions available right now. And most people in your position doesn't even know it. Robotics needs developers badly. And software engineers are the easiest people to get there. So why aren't more developers making the move? Well, robotics has a software problem. Most robots today are built by roboticists, engineers who are brilliant at making machines move, but who were never trained to write production-grade code. They'll get the robot to do the task, but the code base often fragile, hard to maintain, and nearly impossible to scale. That's exactly the gap you feel as a software engineer. Your instincts around clean architecture, testing, modularity, and code quality are generally rare in robotics. And companies building serious products know it. Robotics developers need to know which algorithms exist, how to use them, when to use them, and how to integrate them into a complete robotics application. That is the role, not inventing new algorithms, but building the software that makes the whole robot work. Now, if you are like a lot of software engineers, you are drawn to the idea of working on something physical. Something that exists in the real world, not just on a screen. But at the moment someone mentions electronics, sensors, or firmware, the interest fades fast. That's completely understandable. You became a software engineer for a reason. Hardware was never part of the deal. And here's what most people don't know. It doesn't have to be your starting point. Thanks to the robot operating system, you can completely abstract the hardware from the software. You program a robot by knowing its ROS API and testing in simulation. You can forget about the hardware and concentrate on the software that makes the robot do what you want. Think of ROS the way you think as an operating system. ROS abstracts the hardware details, enabling developers to write higher-level software without worrying about the specifics of the underlying hardware. That makes it easier to port applications across different robots and platforms. This is what a soft transition into robotics looks like. You don't start by building a robot. You don't need a lab. You don't need to know how a lidar is wired or how a motor driver works. You start with ROS, learning the topics, services, and messages that give you access to any robot sensors and actuators through a clean software interface. Camera data, LiDAR scans, joint positions, all of it comes to you as unstructured data, just like any other API you have been working with. You test everything in simulation. It could be Gazebo or Isaac Sim running on your computer, presenting the exact same ROS interface the real robot would. Your code doesn't know the difference. You have a simulation of the robot running on your computer that can run and act like the real robot. And you can actually send commands to it and it replies accordingly. No hardware, no risk, no lab required. Just your laptop, a simulator, and the software skills you already have. But, and that's important, simulation is the starting point, not the finish line. At some point, your software has to run on an actual robot. That moment is less scary than it sounds, because if you have done the simulation work properly, most of your code is already correct. The transition is gradual. You start by connecting to a real robot over a network, and because ROS presents the same interface the simulator did, your code runs on the real hardware with minimal changes. The topics are the same, the messages are the same. The structure you build in simulation carries over directly. What changes is the feedback. In simulation, everything is clean and predictable. On a real robot, sensors have noise, motors have latency, the floor isn't perfectly flat. This is where you learn to read actual hardware, not by understanding electronics, but by learning to interpret what your software tells you about the physical world. You'll start noticing things, a sensor reading that drifts, a command that arrives slightly late, a behavior that worked perfectly in simulation but needs tuning on the real machine. Diagnosing and fixing those gaps using logs, raw topics, and your existing debugging instincts is exactly the kind of work a strong software engineer does well. The hardware knowledge you build this way is practical and targeted. You don't need to understand how to design a motor controller. You need to understand how to work with one. That's a much shorter distance than most software engineers imagine. The window for this transition has never been better timed. Every week, more companies join looking to train engineers to program robots. They cannot find properly trained people who know how to program robots. By 2025, ROS has achieved widespread adoption, powering numerous robots globally. And in 2024 alone, over 530 million ROS packages were downloaded. Every major robotics company is building on it. Your investment in learning ROS translates directly to every company in the field, and the salary supports it. Senior robotics software engineers are pulling well above $150K, with the market actively rewarding engineers who combine strong software fundamentals with robotics domain knowledge. The fastest structured path for software engineer to robotics developer is, of course, the Robotics Developer Masterclass at the Construct. It's built specifically for people with a software background who want to enter robotics without starting from zero. You'll master ROS2, robot simulation, navigation, manipulation, and the full robotics development stack. And critically, you'll work with real hardware, with a Fastbot robot kit shipped directly to your door, so you make that sim-to-real transition in a structured, supported way. No robotics degree is required, the roadmap is clear, and you won't be doing that alone. There is a link in the description, so secure your spot now and start building your robotics career. Robotics is the most exciting field in the tech right now. The robots are real, the jobs are open, and as a software engineer, you already have the hardest part of the skill set. You just need the robotics layer. We'll give you that.